See, I love that something like that happened in this tutorial because it kind of shows you what oil painting is all about, and like that it's all comparison. And I don't know, like I didn't know that this wasn't right until I put in that. That's how it always goes. You don't know until you put it in. And I've had students, they'll come up to me and they'll just have like just this painted in and nothing else. Like, is this the right color? I'm like, I don't know. You're gonna have to get in some of the other colors to see. All right, welcome to Paint Coach. If you're new to the channel, my name's Chris Fornatero, and I help thousands of students every single month get better at oil painting through my online courses and tutorials. In this video, I'm going to show you a simple way to build a landscape painting step by step so you can avoid making big mistakes, make easy adjustments, and finish with a stronger final piece. Let's get to it. Got a 11 by 14 linen panel here. I'm just kind of looking for, oh, there's my brush. That I toned with a wash of ivory black and yellow ochre. It's got a neutral value to start on. Colors are going to be, I got ivory black here, but I'm probably not going to use it. I got ultramarine blue, alizarin crimson, burnt sienna, cadmium red, yellow ochre, cadmium yellow, cadmium lemon, titanium white. It's got a little bit of my Gamsol here. I'm just going to get this drawn out. Kind of just get little midpoints here to help me draw it in. And I want this to be my focal point. Like, I want this area. So I want that to be kind of in here. Like this line of light to kind of stop, kind of go right here. Because I've like all of this, I've kind of just grouped into this one big mass. And then I got the grass, and I got the road, grass, road, and then grass. And then this kind of starts the trees and whatnot there. And now there's a lot of simplification happening. I'm going to do all this here. I'm not going to put in those houses. Houses are cool and everything, but I don't know, for this painting, I just don't think it needs it. I think it'll hurt it more than it'll help it. See, it's got like the grass. I'm just going to make that grass. So I have this nice line kind of pointing us to our focal point here. And so what we have here now is, we have all these lines kind of pointing us to our focal point now. This is kind of looping us back in here. And the fact that this is all in shadow, these lines are still going to be there, but they're going to be subtle, because this is, these are pretty harsh lines, a lot of direction. But we're going to soften up that direction so it's not as like obvious. I'm going to take a quick break here and assume that if you're watching this video, you're into landscape painting, and there's probably nothing more important to know with landscape painting than composition. It's the first thing you do in the process. And I always say, if you don't get the composition right, it doesn't matter how well you paint your painting. That's why I've made my free composition coaching guide. It's a series of short, easy to understand videos that simplifies composition to something that you can actually implement in your next painting. If you want to check that out, I'll put a link to it in the description of this video. I'm just going to start here at dark. I want to create a green for here that it's not the darkest green that I see, but it's just an average. Still going to get some of the cad yellow. Mixing up enough color here because I'm going to have to cover a good amount of area. So using a touch of the paint there, just a little bit to get it flowing. I'm just looking to maybe a touch of the crimson. Go a little bit darker. Just a little more blue. A little more burnt sienna. I'm going to move to these because I feel like it's a very similar color. I might push a little more burnt sienna into it. See how fast that was? So now let's move to this green. So when you look at this green and you compare it to this, what is this compared to that? To me, it's slightly lighter. Like, I squint my eyes and it's like, all right, that's definitely darker than this, as a whole. I see a little cool. It's like a little bit cooler. So maybe a little more blue. It's almost got that kind of mint green almost a little bit. So it's going to take a little bit of white. I'm just going to alter this color. Push a little more white and blue into it. And so I might think, okay, what about that? It's a little too cool. Let me put a little bit more yellow into this. A little more burnt sienna. Might have gone a little too light, so let me get some blue. Still a little too cool. Warm it up with a little burnt sienna. Okay, I think that's getting closer. It's like, okay, I think that's good enough. It's a shift. It's a subtle shift. And you see how this kind of like drifts and kind of bleeds into this other one? I'm gonna let that happen here. I'm just gonna lose that edge. Same right there. So now I have this color. Now this color that I have for the grass, there are any colors that I put in, it's not like I'm looking at this and be like, all right, this is 100% perfect, done. Like, no, this is just something to work with. And when I'm filling in these shapes, I'm not worrying about brushwork. I'm just worried about filling the shape as efficiently as I can. When it comes to this gravel, I look at this and I squint, I say, overall, what is this? It's like a desaturated purple to me. So kind of a quick way to get that. Some blue, a little bit of white, and then burnt sienna. Just want to get this filled in. Now I can put in, I want to put in something for the grass and the light. So let's make a green. It's a lot lighter. Red, blue, yellow. A touch of the cad red. Maybe a little bit of blue. Cool it down a little bit. So this road, when it gets hit in the light, just gonna grab some white, just go to my color I had for the road here. Put some white, maybe a little more burnt sienna. Moving along here, these next set of trees, I need to sit behind these. So I need a color that is, or a green that's going to be a little bit cooler. Sometimes you have to go back a level. Like I'm looking here, I'm like, okay, I don't want to push this any cooler. Maybe I need to come back here and I push a little more crimson into this to make it a little bit darker, also a little bit warmer. So that gives me more wiggle room with these trees back here. I'm just putting in shadowed side of these trees. So now, go even further back, push a little more white. Push actually a good amount of white and blue, because these are pretty far back. A little bit of crimson. Kind of getting that purpley color. A little bit of, so very little bit of burnt sienna. Knock down that saturation just a little bit. So right now I don't like how these trees go like that, that, and that. So this is a stage that I always say, like, you really want to get to this stage here. There's canvas, there's paint covering the entire canvas. All the relationships are working, you know, this is reading as the sunlight, this is reading the shadow. Like, this is a great place to be. I always tell my students, like, imagine I just handed this over to you and said, finish this. Like, it'd be so much easier to finish than, you know, a blank canvas. And so I always tell everyone, like, get to here first. Like, it's going to make your life so much easier. Start finding some smaller, darker shapes, and keep this dark over here. The darkest parts in this tree, maybe I see like a little bit of a tree trunk there. It helps that this paint is wet, because I can kind of put it in and get soft edges, because this is all trees, you know, they're not, there's a whole bunch of leaves, and a lot of these shapes that you put in, you don't want to be harsh, crisp edges. On these grasses, just kind of getting a little bit of an edge on this grass. Something that I keep in mind, like when I'm doing grass, is kind of keeping more brushwork or detail up front, a little more vertical strokes here and there. I'm not even really looking at the reference so much right now. Kind of cutting back into shapes is another thing you're doing to kind of get them to more to where you like. Whole trick thing to know with landscapes is if you can make your corners dark like this, a lot of times a good idea to do it. Keeps the viewer's eye in the painting. Whenever you got like dappled light, stuff like this, you just really want to make sure you got this how you like it and making it work without it, and then you go put it in. because you have to like paint it out and then repaint it again if you ever make any mistakes. Something cool is happening whenever you see like this. What is happening there is that the sunlight is shining through the leaf. That's what's making it very saturated. There's a difference between light shining on a leaf and light shining through it, and that's how you get that kind of glowing, very saturated. So that's fun to put in. So I'm going to get some yellow, some blue, maybe just a very touch bit of red. I don't want to desaturate this much. And you can see it like on the edge here. Put that in. See, putting that in is making me realize like that's too close to the grass, but I think that is right. So I think I need to go to my grass. I think I need to add a little more blue, and I need to cool it down a little bit. Still light in value, but just cool this down a little bit. A little bit of crimson. I'm just going to kind of work this into it a little bit. See, I love that something like that happened in this tutorial because it kind of shows you what oil painting is all about, and like that it's all comparison. And I don't know, like I didn't know that this wasn't right until I put in that. You know, that's how it always goes. You know, you don't know until you put it in. And I've had students, they'll come up to me and they'll just have like just this painted in and nothing else. Like, is this the right color? I'm like, I don't know. You're gonna have to get in some of the other colors to see. Getting antsy to put in this dappled light. It's kind of mixing more white and burnt sienna into that previous mixture. Definitely like this right here. Soft edges with this dappled light. I'm kind of trying to arc the viewer's eye with this dappled light. Gonna push a little more white and a little yellow ochre to warm it up for like kind of the center of this really bright part right here. Trick is to not get too carried away with these because it can be easy to put them in. I'm actually just going to take like this and kind of build that into this wall of trees. And you don't need much. Just kind of indicate. Now coming back here, we need same thing, but we need to desaturate it a little bit. Push in a little more crimson. A little blue. You know, keep in mind where that light's coming from. You don't need a lot of detail on these. Like kind of the simpler the better. Reshape this a little bit better. Kind of picking and choosing little sky holes. You don't want to do it too much though. And there's a reason why like I had it come up this high, because you have this line and I wanted to break it before. I didn't want it to go shooting off into off the side of the canvas. That's why I brought this up as high as I did. Now this here is in light. It's really cool, but I don't know. I don't think it's gonna help the painting. You can try putting it in if you want, but I'm gonna leave that out. At this point, you're just you're assessing things. You're like, oh, maybe I could have gone lighter. Maybe I could have gone darker. Maybe I could have gone more saturated. I think here maybe could have gone, pushed it a little bit lighter, more saturated with that grass. Certain areas pick and choose, just certain areas to pop just the most. I don't want to overdo it with this. There you go. Hope you enjoyed. Have fun painting.
All right, so if you want to see the full hour-long version of this tutorial along with 100 others, you can find that on Paint Coach Studio. You can try it free for 7 days. I'll put a link to that in the description of this video. If you like some quick 1-minute long lessons, I got those on my Instagram at Forza43. All right, I'm Chris Fornatero here telling you to go get painting.